My name is Dave Hansen. I'm the chairman of the MIT Enterprise Forum of Texas. On behalf of the Enterprise Forum, the Bauer College of Business, and the Wolf Entrepreneur Center, I want to welcome you all here tonight to an exciting program with Rod Canyon. As you all probably know, Rod Canyon founded and ran, he was the CEO, so he ran Compaq from 1982 to 1991. And Compaq was one of the most successful companies ever. They were the first ones to reach the Fortune 500. They were the first ones to ever have $111 million of sales their first year in business. And so what they accomplished was just absolutely fabulous. I was thinking about calling this program tonight here, Halt and Catch Fire. I don't know if any of you have seen the AMC series, TV series that they've just started. It was first, I think, episode was on Sunday night. It's about a small company who's trying to make a PC clone in the 1980s. And I would swear that they've read Rod's book, Open, and because the basic theme was what Compaq had accomplished. Now, they took a lot of liberties, and they, if you look at what Compaq did and what their storyline is, it's not, doesn't really follow the Compaq story, but it's made for TV. They should probably be paying Rod some royalties on this, but they decided not to do that. But it does, I think, capture some of the excitement back in the 80s of what was happening in the PC market, and you'll hear about tonight. We're also very fortunate tonight here to have Russ Capper. And Russ Capper, I'm not sure if many of you realize this, he worked for IBM in the 1980s, at the same time Rod was running Compaq. So Rod knows the inside story at IBM. And is going to be able to ask some hard questions tonight about what was going on back then. So I think you're going to find it a fantastic interview. Many of you may be asking, why are we having this program at the University of Houston? And there's two answers to that. One is we try and put on programs that inspire the Houston community and also inspire students. And so we've had programs, a couple of programs at Rice. We've had programs here at the University of Houston, flagship programs. And we feel very fortunate to have this program here at the University of Houston. In fact, it's really, I didn't realize it when we first scheduled this, but Rod is a native Houstonian and graduated from the University of Houston. He got a BS in electrical engineering and an MS in electrical engineering here at the University of Houston with a specialty in computers. And so it's very appropriate that we have this program here tonight. I didn't realize that when we first scheduled it. I want to do two things before we get into the program tonight. The first thing is I'd like to tell you a little bit about the MIT Enterprise Forum, because many of you are new and probably have not heard about it. And the second thing that I'm going to do is invite the Dean of the Engineering Department here at the University of Houston, Dr. Tedesco, to come up and talk a little bit about the engineering department here and to introduce Rod and Russ Capper. So let me first start off with the MIT Enterprise Forum, if you could, first slide. We're one of 27 chapters, worldwide chapters, that's associated with MIT Technology Review magazine. And the MIT Enterprise Forum's charter is to really promote technology, entrepreneurship, and indirectly economics. And so what we do is we have flagship programs like the program here tonight. We have new venture clinics to help startup companies perfect their presentations when they get ready to go present for business. And then we have networking socials to help get entrepreneurs and technical people and people who are just interested in meeting other interesting people together. It's a lot of fun. The Enterprise Forum was first started by MIT alums. Back in the Houston chapter, it was about 1987. So it's been here in Houston for some time. But you don't need to be an alum any longer to be part of the organization. And I'm a good example of that. I never went to MIT. I'm a Berkeley radical. I graduated from Berkeley. And I'm the chairman. And so it shows that we're really trying to do things for the Houston community, and you don't need to be an MIT alum. But I'll tell you, we work very closely with the MIT alumni group here in town. They're one of the biggest MIT alumni organizations in the United States. They're very active, and we collaborate in a lot of programs with them. We have speakers from MIT come in and talk. So it works out very well. And the MIT name allows you to just get some fantastic speakers and put on some great programs. So it's a really good organization. Next slide, please. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of our upcoming events. On June 19th, we have a networking social with TIE. That's the Indus Entrepreneur Network. They are one of the biggest entrepreneurial organizations in the worldwide. They have a chapter here in Houston. We're going to have a joint networking social, but everybody's invited. So you don't need to be part of MIT or TIE to come to this event, but I think that you'll find a lot of very interesting people there. Starting this fall, we have a lot of programs that we're working on. We have one set up right now on October 8th. It will be the BP Energy Outlook for the World. It's a world-famous study that BP does every year, and we've got a fellow coming in from London who's going to be speaking here in Houston. While he's here in Houston, we've grabbed him, and we're able to arrange for him to come and speak. But we're also working on programs on modeling weather. We've got MIT Professor Sotaway who's going to come in and talk about energy storage, and particularly battery storage. We're working on a program in 3D printers, future of fresh water, and one of the programs that I'm personally working on is detecting asteroids that are on a collision course for Earth. And that's I think, going to be a really interesting program. So we've got a lot of great programs coming up. So please stay tuned. Go to our website and check everything out. I want to also mention we have 2 videos from our past programs that are being posted on our website. The regenerative medicine program was fantastic at the Houston Methodist Research Institute, and we just got so many people raving about that we posted that video on our website. And then we have a big data program that we're just about to post that was a sold-out program in the Petroleum Club, where we had Anthony Goldblum talking about big data, and then we have a panel of petroleum experts from BP and Halliburton and others talking about how it applies to the oil field. But I think that you'll find this is a very important video. And I feel very fortunate tonight that we're able to videotape this program. Russ Camper is doing that, so it'll be on the Business Makers radio show as well as the MIT Enterprise Forum site. The other thing I want to talk about is sponsorships. The MIT Enterprise Forum is an all-volunteer organization. We could not do the things that we do here without sponsors. We need administrative support because people only have so much time that they can volunteer and sponsor. So having a good set of sponsors, and I'm really happy with who we have up here. We have 2 new sponsors since 2 months ago, Comcast Business and also Wells Fargo Advisors. So I want to say thank you for their joining our sponsorship. MRE is also here tonight. I want to point them out. They sponsored the Big Data program as well as became an annual sponsor. They are our highest level foundation sponsor, and so they're helping us out in a big way. Westlake, Oil and Gas Journal, Houston Business Journal, Unleaded Communications, Compass Bank, Farnsworth and Von Berg, Bank of Texas, Business Makers Radio Show, that sounds familiar. Brandon puts together our networking socials and the advertisements for that. They are very creative in what they do in their advertising and promotion. And the Houston patent law firm of David McEwen. The MIT Club is a sponsor for us. Joe Garvin is our photographer here tonight. And then Good Writers, who writes scripts for people and is a writer and putting together advertisements and interviews and reports. I can't say enough about our supporting sponsors, particularly the Houston Technology Center, and Walter Ulrich is here tonight. We have our new venture clinic at Houston Technology Center, and we really appreciate being able to use their facilities for the new venture clinic. They also help promote our programs with their clientele. And so they've been a big help to us. And it's a really nice collaboration that we have with the Houston Technology Center. Texas Young Professionals, Houston Chronicle, Rice Alliance, like I said, we've had programs with them. University of Houston, Katie Entrepreneurial Organization, and Channel 8. We've actually recorded 2 programs at Channel 8, and one of our programs has actually been broadcast on TV. And that was the social entrepreneurship that we actually had that at the Bauer School of Business for students in the afternoon, and then we did the evening program at Channel 8. So thank you to all our sponsors. If you don't see your name up here, your company's name up here, think about it. The MIT Enterprise Forum is a great organization that you want to be associated with. We'd love to have you join our family of sponsors to make it possible. Okay. I'd like to just take a minute and say thank you to Compaq particularly because not only are they an annual sponsor for us, but they are the events. Oh, well, you made it, Marissa. Good. I didn't know that you had made it. Okay. They made this program possible tonight and made it possible for us to videotape the program, which I think is just fantastic, so we can share it with other people. So I can't say enough to Comcast for supporting us on this particular flagship event. Think of Comcast when you're doing business-to-business type of communications. The other thing I'd like to do now is to introduce Dr. Tedesco. He's the Elizabeth D. Rockwell Dean of the Cullen College of Engineering here at the University of Houston. And I'm not sure if too many of you are familiar with the College of Engineering, but there are 250 professors and staff in the department, and there's 4,500 students that are in the engineering department. So Dr. Tedesco is pretty busy keeping up with all that, but it's a significant program here at the University of Houston. Dr. Tedesco received a BS degree in civil engineering from Notre Dame. He got an MS degree from Tufts in civil engineering. Who was from Notre Dame? And a PhD in civil engineering from Lehigh. He's taught at University of Florida and also at Auburn University before joining University of Houston. And I think it was, what year did you join?
2008.
2008, okay. So University of Houston is very fortunate to have Dr. Tedesco here. He's involved with the American Society of Civil Engineering. He's written over 110 publications, 4 of those books, and he's one of the significant authors of a book that's used in a lot of universities around the United States entitled, let me get this right, Structural Dynamics, Theory and Applications. But it's used in civil engineering. And so I would like to bring up Dr. Tedesco and have him tell you a little bit about the University of Houston and also our speakers tonight. Joe?
Well, thank you, David. I really appreciate that. And really, I'm not here to focus on the University of Houston. We all know it's a great place. Just ask Rod Canyon. So it's certainly, I'd like to give you a warm Cougar welcome and welcome you to the University of Houston for this rather remarkable occasion. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. I am deeply honored to have one of our most distinguished Cullen College of Engineering alumni here with us this evening to share his amazing success story as a founder of Compaq Computers. Rod Canyon is a native Houstonian who obtained both his bachelor's and master's degree in electrical engineering from the Cullen College of Engineering in 1966 and 1968, respectively. As some of you may remember, Rod was also honored with the Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award from our Engineering Alumni Association in 1988. And it's certainly no wonder why. Shortly after completing his degrees at the Cullen College of Engineering, Rod went on to become a senior manager at Texas Instruments. It was during this time that Rod met Bill Murtaugh and Jim Harris, two of his fellow co-workers at Texas Instruments, who eventually partnered with Rod to start Compaq Computers in the early 1980s. After taking the leap of faith to leave Texas Instruments, in order to start their own company, Rod, Bill, and Jim agreed to give themselves 6 months to find investors for their business idea and get the company off the ground. As fate would have it, Compaq Computers took off within mere weeks of first pitching the idea. In their first year of business, Compaq Computers generated a world record at that time of $111 million in revenue. Rod has achieved a great deal since graduating from the Cullen College, and I am ecstatic that he has returned back to our campus to share his success story with us. Rod will be interviewed this evening by Russ Capper, host of the Business Markets radio show. Russ has also spent a great deal of his career in the computer industry. He began working for IBM in 1973, shortly after graduating from Texas State University. Russ spent 12 years there, eventually supervising the Southwest rollout of IBM product centers, which was a launch pad for the first IBM personal computer. From there, Russ became president and COO of Tektron Corporation, which he led through 7 years of growth before engineering the sale of the company to Technology Development Corporation. In 1988, Russ founded eRealty, which was acquired by Prudential Real Estate in 2004. Russ then became president of Prudential Real Estate Service Company, where he integrated eRealty's technology to Prudential Real Estate franchises nationwide through the end of 2008. I am very excited, honored, and pleased that both Rod and Russ are here with us this evening. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Rod Canyon and Russ Capper.